Hi, this is Frannie Sheridan. Welcome to another amazing true story of reconciliation in music. Okay, so I got a phone call from a woman named Henrietta who lives at Century Village down here in Florida, which is a retirement community. And she'd heard that I was, doing this series, so she shared this story. So they have a clubhouse at Century Village and they have different bands. And they had a band that was playing some cover tunes so one night there was some boogieing going on, and Henrietta said there was a couple that were dancing to the Chicago song Saturday in the Park. It feels just like the 4th of July, a great old song. And this couple, he was in a wheelchair, and he pulled her on top of him, and they were dancing and giggling and being really romantic and quite sensual and very colorfully dressed. Fun couple. They were the life of the party. And so at one point, Henrietta had a chance to talk to them and said, "You guys, how long have you been together?" And they said, "We actually just met tonight." Well, actually, we didn't just meet tonight. We used to be married, but we haven't seen each other for decades, and we didn't know that we were both at Century Village, and they both retired and come down there, separately. What happened was, this is their story. So they owned a pizza parlor together in Jersey, and she was a psychiatrist, gave up her work, ran the parlor rather, with Nino, and her name was Maria, and he had a shitty temper, and he was Mexican, and his family were pretty hot-headed, he said, and it was just normal, they'd snap at each other. And so she really wanted him to change, and she tried to help, and she had some knowledge, but he wanted to be right. He thought she should just accept him the way that he was, and she said every, so often I just feel like he was poking me with a stick, and it hurt. And he tried a little bit, but he always just kind of, his negative ego won out. And so they divorced. She went back to her career, married another psychiatrist. He passed on, and she retired and, moved down to Florida, bought a place at Century Village. And so there she was. So Nino, after he and Maria divorced, dated, but nobody wanted to get serious with him, go figure, because of his temper. And so he was quite lonely, and he ended up in therapy. Well, he found out by this time that Maria had remarried. But while he was in therapy, he learned that he was able to control his triggers and his temper. And when he got annoyed, that he started just really being super hyper conscious of it, and just doing a lot of deep breathing, realized that there had been a fair bit of trauma in his childhood, and he let himself have his feelings. He realized that this reactive stuff was not even who he was, that he was love, that we all are. And he deeply regretted not doing the work and saving his marriage, but life goes on, and he ultimately ended up moving to Florida with some of his friends, and they bought a place together at Century Village, and so there they were. And just that night, they saw each other for the first time in like 25 years, and he was crying, and he said, I lost the love of my life, and here we are together. And it was very, very moving to be around them, because they were still so deeply in love and making up for lost time. And they got married ultimately. And Henrietta said they invited her to their wedding, and their wedding song was Saturday in the Park. It feels just like the 4th of July, and everybody was dancing, and there were a lot of people in wheelchairs, and and dancing, pulling their partners on top of them in honor of them. So anyway, beautiful story. So what I want to do is have you all frum, and for those of you who haven't frummed, frumming is love conscious humming. And my name is Frannie, of course, so I call it frumming. Well, duh. So all we're going to do is hum by breathing in through our nostrils, which activates 15 to 24 times more nitric oxide. This is science-backed than regular nose inhalations, than melatonin and DMT from the pineal gland. And this whole process activates the vagus nerve, which is wonderful. So we're going to do this in honor of Nino and Maria's love. And I'd like you, when you're exhaling, humming, I'm going to lead this whole thing step by step. When you exhale on the word home, humming, because the word home has the most velocity, I want you, when you're exhaling golden light into your heart, and let yourself feel the joy and love and yumminess that is between beautiful Maria and beautiful Nino. So inhaling with me deeply from your belly as deeply as you can through your nose, and hold for 3. Here we go. Breathe in through your nose. Hold, hold, hold. And we're exhaling, humming as long as we can, golden light through our hearts on the word home, feeling the love between Nino and Maria. Here we go. Home. We're going to do this one more time. So, breathing in deeply through your nostrils from your belly, holding for 3. Here we go. Hold, hold, hold. Exhaling through your heart, golden light, feeling the love between Nino and Maria, humming on the word home. And we're going to do this one more time, but this time when we hum through our heart, I would like you to release anything that no longer serves you, anything you're holding on to because of your negative ego, any old behaviors or beliefs about yourself, such as that you're too young, too old, not qualified enough, not good looking enough, too pretty, too smart, you don't smell good enough, not qualified enough, whatever, all of those lies. And any behavior, whether it's anger or guilt or blaming people or shaming people or sadness or grief, it's time to let go of any fears, any lower vibrations that no longer serve you when we exhale through our hearts. So here we go. Take a sip of water if you need to hydrate, beloveds. Breathing in deeply from your belly through your nose, holding for 3. Here we go. Hold, hold, hold. And this time we're going to exhale golden light through our hearts, releasing anything that no longer serve us. Here we go. Home. And thank you. And massive thanks to Henrietta for sharing this beautiful story of love between Nino and Maria.